Y'all ready? Let's go. Pull up. What's good, everybody? How y'all doing today out there in YouTube land? Hold on a minute. Y'all know what we gotta do. Y'all know we gotta get the face woken up. Y'all know it's Saturday, it's early, and then we gotta shake it off. Doot, 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 doot. How's everybody doing out there today? It's Saturday. That's right, the 22nd, y'all, 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that, and we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me pissed because I be pissing people off all the time. It depends on the content. So hey everybody, how you guys doing out there? I figured I put that purple on to represent Purple Saturdays. Y'all know how we do on Saturdays. We got to stay fly on Purple Saturdays. So it is what it is. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Y'all already know what it is. I hope you had a fantastic evening, and I hope everybody slept really good last night. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but I still want to let y'all know the top of April, we got the talent show coming up, the Show Your Talent show. So everybody in the 5 boroughs, come on down. We got the locations going up this week to let you know where we're going to be at so that you guys can come out and be a part of the talent show and make some money. Thank you guys for all the love. Definitely got to represent for y'all today. Had to put it on for y'all already know what it is. Purple Saturdays in the building. Thanks for all the love everybody's showing. Also remember, when you tap in, you got to let me know where you're tapping in from, because I want to make sure that I'm getting your content out there for where you guys are located at as well. I'm having a fantastic morning. I hope that you are too. We got so much to cover today. It's an extended clip. You know I'm not going to play around because we got business to take care of, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's the bottom line. It's 6 o'clock. It's time to get busy. I hope everybody's feeling great out there. I know I am. I slept really good last night. Had to go to the dentist yesterday. Woo! He got busy. I had a cavity. So if anybody need a good dentist, if you're in the state of New York, hit me up at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. I don't get no money for that. But if you want a dentist that you don't have no pain dealing with, you need to holler at Dr. Kim over there on 57th Street. Takes all kinds of insurance as well. So y'all definitely, you need a good dentist that gets your joints looking like this, hit me up. I got you. We go where they go. I'm going to tell you like that. I go where they go. So hit me up and I got y'all. Also, if anybody knows, like I said, next, it's almost it's like one or two more weeks before the talent show in New York. Show Your Talent show. You come out, if you're good, you make $250. Once you win the grand finale, you make another $1,000. I hope you guys are gonna be one of the winners. Let it be one of my people that win the talent show, because I know that y'all are so talented. Okay, what else we got over here? Carl Care says, I have perfect teeth. There you go. Mary L said, good morning, everyone. Who else we got up in here? We got somebody giving your boy some love. KC Ramos, good morning, Bugatti NYC. Looking sharp as always. I do this for y'all. Boom. All the love. I appreciate it all the time. Y'all already know what we got to do. We got to get into these clips, right? Because I got a full clip today. We got some Trump talk. We got some pushback on the border situation. It's just so much to cover. I don't even know where to begin. But let's begin with the title. How about we do that? Because we do got some work to do here. So without any further ado, let's get into it. What do we got going on here? We got Trump demands that the Supreme Court intervenes into deportation flight battle. As you guys know, I'm going to say that one more time. Trump demands that the Supreme Court intervenes into the deportation flight battle, because right now he's having pushback from Judge James Boasberg, who's basically saying you can't send those people back. They have to have due process, and until they have due process, it's not legal. Got some coverage on that, on both sides of it. What was Trump's answer? And the administration was given a few days to respond. They haven't. Let's go in. Let's keep on going into sub stories, you guys. What else we got here? We got celebrities issue a desperate plea to Trump after the years-long smears. As you guys know, there's been so many celebrities smearing Trump. You got Barbara Streisand. You had Pacino that was smearing him, and even the guy that plays the Incredible Hulk in the Avengers was smearing him. All of a sudden, guess what? New AI laws are coming in, and if they don't get this executive approval, the movie people and actors may be having to deal with AI being able to assimilate them. Performance and scenes which they're supposed to be in, and the only person that can actually do something about that is Trump right now. So now all those people that didn't like him, hey Trump, can you do us a favor and look into this too? Seems like he's looking into everything. I don't know exactly the actual parameters of what's going on, but we're gonna learn together because we got the clip. We're gonna keep on going to last but not least. Tesla dealership attacks lead to several arrests throughout the U.S. We've got 3 arrests, several arrests, 3 arrests. If convicted, these people can get up to 20 years each. These are the people that decided that they want to go to Tesla dealerships and set fires to cars, shoot up the front of the place, put pipe bombs in different locations and stuff like that. Yes, 3 of them have already been discovered who they are. Pam Bondi's not playing. This is a federal charge, you guys. We got some real serious topics to go over. I want you guys to start off this morning with our President Trump and Pete Hegseth. They were sitting in the executive office discussing a number of topics, whether it came down to the new F-47 attack plane that they're going to be putting out for the Air Force, or what Pete Hegseth was saying about the fact of the report that came out that said Elon was privy to seeing China information. That was all wrong too. So it's a lot of things that they went over in the Oval Office, but this is the point that I want us to look at. We're concentrated on tariffs, not hearsay and he say, she say. We want to know the bottom line. Trump, what are you doing about Canada? What's happening with these tariffs? Because April 2nd is coming up. I think we need to get into this clip without any further ado. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. And again, when you chime in, you got to let me know where you're from. I always make sure that I cover the state that you're in. We got some of you guys' information up here today, so keep on looking. I got some stuff for you. Let's go ahead and get into this with President Trump and Pete Hegseth were sitting in the Oval Office discussing a number of topics. I actually queued it up to a certain part that I think that we are relative to. So let's get into this without any further delays, y'all. Hope everybody's having a good one. It's Saturday morning, y'all. Wake up.
Stuff is available later on today. You go over to the offices and you can have it immediately. And you'll make a determination.
And on something else, these Trend A guys, because of your executive order, they are designated as foreign terrorists.
Yeah.
If ISIS or Al-Qaeda foreign terrorists were operating here in the United States, cops would probably be shooting first and asking questions later. And so what is the difference between terrorists, between somebody like an ISIS or an Al-Qaeda operative versus a MS-13 or Trend A?
Well, these are people that focus on destroying people in their homes. They're not as international in that sense. They're a group of thugs. They come from Venezuela. They come from the prisons of Venezuela. They're very, very dangerous people, but they didn't look so dangerous when the guards took care of the situation from El Salvador. And I want to thank the president. He's a friend of mine. He's done a great job. But I just can't imagine that the Democrats are taking this issue where they want to have them back. You know, so now they have men playing in women's sports. They have transgender for everyone. They have open borders. They have all of their crazy policies that are, I think, 95-5, not 90-10, okay? And their new policy is, let's bring Nicaragua back into our country. Let's bring the worst. These are the worst gang members there are. They looked amazingly frail, though. by the way they were handled. It's very amazing. You know, they weren't, when they were in Colorado cutting the fingers off a man because he made a phone call to the police, they seemed a lot tougher then than they did when they were having their head shaved and they were in shackles.
So what I'm hearing is that the family members of some of these people were saying that they're not Tren de la Agua. A lot of the people were pushing back, and that's why they're trying to say that they went in front of the judge. The families demanded that their family members be returned. As far as turning a plane around with gang members that's headed one direction, I could never see that actually happening. Also, I'm really not understanding why our judicial system or anybody, as far as a governor, a mayor, or a sitting city council person, would want anybody like this back into our country. Yes, due process is definitely due to everybody. But again, there needs to be some exceptions made when it comes down to these people that invaded the country as well as did it illegally. They're not here legally. That's the number one thing that people have to understand. Everything that they do after that is an additional charge. What you guys got to say about this? Because this is all facts. What's going down, y'all? How y'all doing this morning? By the way, good morning. What we got? Leslie said, I watched this before, and when Hegseth speaks, wow, Trump's mouth doesn't even move. He is a great ventriloquist. Okay. Good point. I mean, you definitely got the platform to say what you want. Arkansas in the building. We got Syracuse in the building. Seattle, Washington. Grand Rising, Miss D. How you doing? Car care. Democrats might be paying to destroy Tesla. There could be. They're saying that there's a group behind this. It's not just the individuals that are actually doing this. The people that are getting caught that are doing this stuff themselves.
They're tough people, they're bad people. We don't want them in our country. We can't let a judge say that he wants him. You know, he didn't run for president. He didn't get much more than 80 million votes. And we just can't let that happen. It'd be so bad for our country. I won on the basis of getting criminals out of our country that were let in. It was called unforced error. They were let in by Biden, incompetently let in. And let in by the millions, actually. 21 million people, I believe it's 21 million. And that's not even including the gotaways, but these are rough people. We want them out of our country. And I won the election based at least partly on that, and that's a big part, yeah?
Mr. President, there's several
I don't know if you saw this. Tim Walz is now saying about Trump supporters, and forgive me, I'm just reading a quote from Tim Walz, I think I could kick most of their ass.
What drives an entrepreneur to create? Is it fear?
I think you cannot think straight if...
I'd rather stay on the topic that was prior when they were talking about Tren de la Agua and the way that they're trying to get these guys out of here and this judge. How do you guys feel about this judge and what the judge is doing? I know we spoke about this yesterday. If you agree with the judge, put a thumbs up. And if you don't agree with this judge, put a thumbs down. I'd like to know what the majority of people in here are feeling right now about the fact that we've got a lot of drug dealers, human traffickers, and illegal people that are in our country right now. And it seems as if our judges and mayors and our governors actually okay with them being there. So do me a favor. I just want to know if you guys have any opinion on this. If you think that these guys should be out of our country, give us a thumbs up. If you think it's bad that they need to have their day in court, put your thumbs down. I want to know what you guys think, because there's a lot of people in here that feel as if they need to have their day in court. Okay, thumbs down means day in court. So they get their day in court. Car Care says some illegal voted for Trump. Car Care, crime and get paid. Oh, Rebecca took that back. Mad Hatter said, good morning, El Salvador is not mistreating these prisoners. They actually rehabilitate these criminals. Marielle and Robbie said down. They want them to go by the book. Majority of people here right now think that people should go by the book. And there's another person that says, Robbie B said the judge is wacko. Let's keep on going, you guys. If you appreciate the content, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. We'd like more people to get here. And the way in doing that is you actually hitting them 3 buttons and getting those likes up so more people can know that we're sharing this content. I don't ask for monetary, no money or nothing like that. But I would appreciate if we can get the numbers up, because we got a lot of people here. Thank you. Good morning. Keep it going, y'all. I really don't want to go into this topic right here when it comes to Tim Walz and what he's talking about beating up Democrats, because it really doesn't mean anything. That's just a personal feeling.
Of Penderagua, of MS-13, what can you tell them and what guarantees can you give them that everyone in those planes were actual criminals, terrorists, as you said?
Well, I was told that they went through a very strong vetting process, and that that will also be continuing in El Salvador. And if there's anything like that, we would certainly want to find out. But these were a bad group. This was a bad group, and they were in bad areas, and they were with a lot of other people that were absolutely killers, murderers, and people that were really bad, with the worst records you've ever seen. And but we will continue that process, absolutely. We don't want to make that kind of a mistake.
Is the U.S. planning to give up the position of NATO's Supreme Allied Commander? And if so,
All right, he's the one that brought NATO back. That's what he's going to say to that. We're already good on that topic, you guys. I wanted to know what you guys thought. I think I really got a really good overall of what you guys feel about that topic. I got to keep on moving because, like I said, we got so much more in the clip today. Oh, we got more thumbs down. Rebecca said thumbs down. We got Natalie with thumbs down. Everybody think that they should have their day in court. Okay, cool. So y'all want them to come back. Mad Hatter, good morning, El Salvador. Okay. So anybody with the thumbs down means that they want these guys to have their day in court and they shouldn't just be sent out. Okay, Jody Seymour said, I was told in his favorite phrase along with tariffs, everything does he know anything himself? Does he know anything? Mad Hatter, these criminals gonna have a day in court, no human violations, just costing the American taxpayers less by keeping them in El Salvador. I don't understand it. They're going to be shipped off to their countries after El Salvador, not to America, but okay. You guys understand what's going on here? Do you understand what's going on, Manhattan? You said you're going to have a day in court, no human violations, just costing the American taxpayers. All right, we're going to keep it going right now because I want you guys to remember that one that got through and wound up in New York in a train station, in the subway, and he lit the lady on fire. That's another reason why we got to be really careful about these people that's coming into our country. Now we got another situation. I don't think that this is let's say for instance, a illegal criminal, but illegal migrant. But what this lady did to a 7-year-old yesterday has him not even wanting to get on the train anymore. This goes to Kathy Jokel Hochul and our commissioner Tish right here. This is about the safety of the MTA, them wanting to put more people on the trains, lying and saying that they got police protection when they actually don't. Well, guess what happened yesterday? A 7-year-old was walking with his mother, and a lady walked up to him and tried to hit him 2 times. Well, I'm going to let them tell it. Watch this. And this happened in the train. I don't know if anybody come up to my son when he little like that and trying to hit him, you're going to wind up on the tracks, and you ain't going to be woke. You're going to be knocked out on the tracks. Somebody going to be trying to get you if you hit mine. Let's go, y'all. I'm going to show you what's going on with this here. This kind of crazy. I want you guys to see this 7-year-old, yes, a preschooler that got attacked by a woman on the subway yesterday. Watch this. This happened in Queens.
A disturbing attack in Queens. Police say a 7-year-old boy was assaulted by a stranger right in front of his mom. This happened on the subway while the mom and her son were waiting for the F train. And News 4's Mark Santia is live in Long Island City with a look here at who police are trying to track down. Mark.
Again, Keystone cops running around like Benny Hill talking about they trying to track somebody down. If there was actually police in the train stations where Kathy Jokel Hochul said that there was a bunch of police because they added 200 here, added whatever there, they ain't add jack. They ain't add nothing. They lying. And when they add them, it's probably for a couple of days for the PR stunt. Then they pull them out and they do whatever they do. And even when they in the train station, I showed y'all yesterday, they on their cell phone doing this or they DEI. The one cop can't even fit her hat. Who's she gonna help? How you gonna stop a fight? Come on now. You gotta be able to be strong enough to at least be out there in the field, right? To defend yourself. How you gonna help somebody else when you can't even defend yourself? It's crazy.
Yeah, Adam, police are working this case right now, and we're talking about
The police are working this case. Ooh, and watch who they looking for. Ooh, they working this case. What we got here? The illegal hoodwink. Let's go, y'all.
7-year-old child, a 2nd grader, attacked by a stranger.
Just to have that done It was like really, like unbelievable.
A Queens mom who does not want to be identified is talking about a frightening attack on a crowded subway platform. Police say this woman, seen here going through a turnstile, attacked a woman and her 7-year-old as they waited for the F train on a Sunday afternoon here at the 21st Street Queensbridge subway station.
There was no reason for her to do it, especially when she had room to go the other way.
Mom says this woman shoved her way by, throwing an elbow into her 7-year-old son, sending the child to the ground.
Me seeing my 7-year-old crying, it was like, you know, and then like he grabbed me.
Mom confronted the stranger, asking why she would hurt a second grader. She says the woman attacked again.
I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, he's in my way. I'm like, he's not in your way. You had the whole clear way. You could have went that way. And she was like, I'll do it again. I'm like, you're not going to hit him again. And then that's when she took her hand and hit him in his face.
Mom says it got worse. The woman threatened her family with a knife.
She just pulled it out and was like, I'll cut.
See, I couldn't have been there. I couldn't have been there because I would have been nosy and Bugatti would have got involved. Oh, yeah, you hit the little 7-year-old and then you pull out the knife. Boom! Boop! Bat! Yep, lady right to the face. On the ground now, she's shaking like this. And I might keep on hitting you. Call me what you want. But she got what she'll get what she deserved. As far as that go right there, no. See, we need vigilante. We need people that's out of nowhere. Bang! Oh my God, what happened to you? My eye. The knife is on the floor. Boom, another punch over here, another kick in the back. People need to, instead of being nosy in New York, why not get together? What's going on? We outnumber these fools. But see, nobody want to be involved. Everybody doing this, keeping their head down. You could literally come through the train station like this. Oh, I'm shot. Looking like I'm doing right now. Oh, I'm shot. People going to be like this. Hey, man, get out my way. I got to go to work. Hey, man, don't slow this train down. Get off the train because you're going to... People do not care. I'm going to prove it to you. 381 people in the building. We got 18 likes. We're going to call it like we see it. Do people care? Now look, 14 left that fast. Y'all tell me, do people care? They don't care if I'm up at 6 o'clock doing this and pulling this content. They don't care. So now I'm going to ask you guys, can y'all do me a favor? If you do appreciate the content and my antics and the work that I'm putting down here, can you go ahead and make the ends justify the means a bit, please? We're going to lose at least about 100 people. We already know that. What we do when we lose those people, y'all, we do the woosah, right? Because we know that more people are coming because we just started. And y'all already know we get busy when we up in here, right? I asked for the likes to let more people know what's going on, and it brings much more demographics to the content, to the show. We start at 6 o'clock in the morning. We run till about 7:30. We start pooling at 3 a.m. in the morning. So when I don't ask for monetary and I'm just asking for for likes, I think that's something that we should be able to look out for me for. I don't even like stopping the clips. Only reason I stop them is to bring in content or ask you guys to look out. So those 300 people that are over there, I'm going to continue playing the rest of this clip, I promise. We got tons more to go. It would be fantastic if you guys can make that go up to 80, because that makes me stopping. As far as to ask for likes, once y'all see this number go to 80, personally between you and I stop asking for likes. So I would appreciate you guys if we can be a little more healthy on the likes if you appreciate the content. I'm going back to this story right now because we got more context that we have to deliver. Let's keep it going.
But you be coming closer.
Police say after the attack, the suspect boarded a Q100 MTA bus. Mom snapped this photo.
That's really concerning that, you know, she had no remorse of what she did.
While the bruises have healed, Mom says her 7-year-old son is emotionally traumatized, refusing to set foot on a train.
He hasn't been on a train since. He doesn't want to get back on the train. He's nervous when people come next to him.
I would be too.
If you recognize the woman in that photo and in those videos, you're asked to call police immediately. A reward.
I'm going to ask you to slap her. Yeah. Jump her. Call me what you want. Or a 7-year-old, gloves is off, take them off, throw them on the ground. Whatever y'all want to do, if y'all see her, y'all can call the police if y'all want. But yeah, I wouldn't. Call me what you want. Because it's about, at this point, you could go ahead and boop bat. They're going to come, hey, just the one right there. I was trying to subdue her. Yeah, but be careful because, you know, she got a shiv. She might try to stick you in the side or something like that. That's what sneaky people do when they're trying to get over. First she hit the kid, then she had the nerve to pull out a knife. That right there is like real low. So now let me ask you, what if the mom would have said, hey, I got a concealed carry, bam, bam. What about that? How about that? Hey, she did pull a knife, right? Hey, that one thing deserves the other, right? And you messing around with my 7-year-old? Do you have any idea how certain fathers would be? They wouldn't even care about that little knife she pulled out. Y'all let me know what y'all already know. Oh, you got the knife? Okay. Whoop, boop, boop. Like, it would have been over. Like, go ahead and pull that knife on me when I got my 7-year-old and you trying to pull a knife out talking about hitting my child? Yeah, okay. And then they got the nerve to be talking about the police are investigating this. They're really looking into it. Just like I said yesterday, y'all. Oh, let's look at the video. Let's try to find the footage after the fact. And y'all remember, they did say we put more police on the trains to make it safer. Now, an adult, I get it. But a 7-year-old goes to tell you, nobody cares at this point. They don't care anymore.
Is being offered. We're live tonight in Queens. I'm Mark Santia.
So there's a reward that's being offered. I don't know how much the reward is, but like I said, I wouldn't be worried about the reward if it was me. I think somebody need to handle her the way that she handled that 7-year-old. People like that need to have hands and feet put on them. And out of nowhere, because if you think about it, let's say for instance, if she would have did that and then the public would have got involved, that would have made her like, yo, I ain't doing that no more. The next time that would have happened, I ain't doing nothing like that no more, because next thing you know, all these people going to get on me. I would whoop her ass, period. What y'all got to say? Let's go. Bidenomics, rely on the Democrats for safety is a fool's errand. Natalie said, Keystone cops running the subways. Yep, and the former sanitation commissioner, Commissioner Tisch, is the police commissioner now. Y'all didn't know that? The former sanitation commissioner is the police commissioner. Y'all wrap your heads around that for a second. If you're thinking about getting rank, following someone's lead, she's never even made a physical arrest before. She was doing this the whole time. And then she got in for DEI. And now, what she finally admit yesterday, I gotta tell you guys the truth. There's not a lot of people wanting to be a police officer in New York anymore. Why? Because of you. How about if you quit? Watch how many people actually want to be a police officer. Nobody want to serve under her. Anyway, let's keep on going, because Trump is now going to be talking, this breaking Tesla attacks that lead to 3 arrests. Not what Trump was talking about, but I want you guys to see. Remember yesterday when we showed you those videos of those Tesla charging stations as well as dealerships that were on fire? 3 people have been arrested, and the maximum amount of time that they can get is 20 years. And I'm sure that they got all this stuff on video so they can get ready to get hit and have these nice thick bracelets on. The one-size-fits-all bracelets that we talk about, yeah, they about to get those.
And this has to do with these Tesla attacks that we have been seeing in recent weeks. We now are learning that Attorney General Pam Bondi has announced charges against 3 people in domestic terrorism attacks on Teslas. 3 people accused of destroying Tesla cars and charging stations are now facing up to 20 years in prison for domestic terrorism. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi announced just moments ago. She said in a statement as well, the days of committing crimes without consequence have ended. Let this be a warning. If you join this wave of domestic terrorism against Tesla properties, the Department of Justice will put you behind bars. And we've been seeing videos like this for the last couple of weeks. This video coming out of Las Vegas earlier this week as well. The defendants are accused of using high-powered weapons and explosives to destroy property from the Elon Musk-owned car company. One allegedly carried a suppressed AR-15 rifle while lobbying 8 Molotov cocktails at an Oregon Tesla dealership, while another is accused of trying to light Tesla cars on fire with these same explosives in Colorado. And again, this is just some of the aftermath of some other video from Las Vegas as well, showing explosions that were happening earlier in the week here.
Damn,
and
look
you
at
can
that
see
one. Woo,
those
look at that.
cars that were
Damn.
caught up in the
That
flames.
one's
We've
messed
also
up,
been
too.
seeing on social media where there is reports
Windows
of
busted.
Tesla cars being keyed and videos of that.
Yeah, I don't think I want a Tesla right now. There's too many people going against Elon, and the way that they're doing it is they're trying to make their mark through his brands and what he's dealing with. This sucks right here, but it's definitely. I don't have too much to say about it, but 20 years for doing something like this. Whoever's doing this, I hope you're a patriot for whatever you're feeling like you're doing. Because when you get them 20 years and you sitting down in that jail and you looking around like, damn, 20 years just for doing this stupid stuff with this Tesla. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to get to this ripe age that I am at right now and decide to do nothing stupid so I can get them silver bracelets where they like, watch your head. So this is where they're going right now. They got the ride of shame, and it's a federal case with the maximum being 20 years. They're going to have a video probably. They're going to tie them all together. And now they're looking to see if there's a bigger organization behind it that's funding it. What you guys got to say about that? I know a lot of people don't like Elon. I know they don't like what he's doing. But that's mostly the reason why this is happening. I told you guys yesterday, you're messing with the money. When you mess with the money, you follow the money, you follow the trail. When you mess with the money, you start to deal with people that got real big money and they don't want to be messed around with. So now they're like, hey, do this, do that, get this going. So now you're getting the resistance right now. And then also, he said that there's heightened threats on his life. That's what Elon Musk said. His security guard, his security detail is almost like Secret Service, y'all. Marielle said, when those batteries catch fire, they are very hard to put out. Could turn out much worse than expected. Car Care said, what you mean? Falco said, what you mean, Car Care? What else you got? We got Bill Andy said, federal time, day for day. Car Care, Trump 2028. We got Bidenomics, God bless Elon, God bless Trump. Mad Hatter said, if they were trans people, well, transfer them to El Salvador. Save taxpayers money. West Coast wackos. What else we got? Bidenomics says desperate last fits of failed ideology. Lori Park said he's a disgrace. Car Care said 3 legal arrests. Okay, y'all, we got to keep on going because this is the part that I was telling you about where these celebrities are issuing a desperate plea to Trump after years of smears. Don't that rhyme, y'all? Years of smears. Y'all already know how Pacino feel. Y'all already know he be striking out like crazy. But now we got Mark Ruffalo and we got Mrs. Yentl, Barbara Streisand, that, she really don't like Trump. Let's get into these celebrities right here and what they're talking about with this situation, y'all. Let's go.
Well, it seems like Hollywood has never been kind to President Trump. Many of the industry's biggest celebrities have spent the last decade trying to smear his name. Director Judd Apatow, for example, called Trump a mass murderer back in 2020. Actor Mark Ruffalo claims that Trump is on a, quote, march to dictatorship. Actress Bette Midler once joked about giving Trump a shiv, and she suggested drinking Drano if he won the 2024 election. But now those same actors need Trump's help. According to Variety, those actors and others have all signed an open letter urging Trump not to roll back copyright protections for AI companies. Kaylee, it's a flip, a big flip.
It's okay, so I'm so interested in this. He wants to secure, he being President Trump, American AI dominance, and he asked big tech for submissions as to how to do that. So they give their submissions, he's gonna have a policy announcement in July, but he's having to choose between big tech and big Hollywood, neither that have been particularly kind to him until recently. Big tech all showed up at the inauguration. So who do you pick? I feel like cannot wait till July. My money is on choosing big tech, big Hollywood. You got to get your act together. And I will say this, at the end of the day, Trump does things that are surprising. He will do what is fair. Could mean siding with big Hollywood. And wouldn't that be interesting to see?
And Joey, sort of like...
I think it's going to be big tech myself because big tech is money in business. I don't know. So now they're trying to be protected, y'all. They scared. They don't know what's going to happen. Y'all already know it's about to go down. AI is definitely something that's really You know, you can't tell at some point if it's real or if it's not. So many of these AI ads, you see like that new slap comedy, the slap wrestling, where somebody gets slapped and a guy goes like this, and the next thing you know, he's playing the piano or something. Or like the wrestler is getting punched, and the next thing you know, he gets on a little motorcycle and gets up out of there. AI, after a few years, we're not going to be able to determine what's AI and what's not. I don't know if you guys have been seeing all of these commercials and stuff where the guy walks up and says, "I'm an AI." But you would never know. So AI is definitely playing a role right now. What about if they start to do AI where it's like I'm standing here next to like Denzel Washington and it's not even Denzel and we acting out a movie? I think that's what they're really trying to protect right now. It's going on in music. So they really need to protect it when it comes down to actors. You don't want to play this role? Hey, have an AI do it, you know? Think about it, you guys. That might be crazy. What we got here? What we got here about this AI? You know what happens to Kings County? It was Brooklyn, broke. That's what Carcare said. Anderson said, war criminal. Bidenomics, can't wait for my AI girlfriend. You know, right? Because can't find another girlfriend, right? They got these new ones out there, y'all. Y'all see the new model girlfriends? The one that be looking all sexy with the eyes, and they be making all of these moves and stuff like this. I ain't getting no AI girlfriend. I'm gonna get me a real girlfriend, right? For the human race, no AI crap, no cyborg. Next thing you know, they go crazy and be out here running around like iRobot. Carcare said, remember Y2K? Marielle, I don't like AI. A very dangerous and slippery slope. Online poker rush. Nice clothes, buddy. Even better today. Thank you, guys. I do this for y'all. So all I ask you to do is get those likes up so that we can get up to 80 and let more people know that we got a lot of content going on up in here. We got 35 likes. We got 200 and something people in the building. So all I'm going to ask is you guys do me a favor right now. We got a bunch more videos going on. I'm asking you from me to you. Do me a favor, please. Let's get those likes up. That looks really bad right there. 35 likes as long as we've been working, as much work as we're doing. Please show your boy that you appreciate the content. Let's please get those likes up. I really would appreciate it. It's not the end of the show. We ain't even halfway. We got more to go. Because right now we got this situation like I told you. It's not okay to enter the country illegal, and Tom Homan is going to tell you why it's not. They had a sit down a few days ago, Ron DeSantis, Tom Homan, and a few people, and they were discussing Florida's actions on moving forward. So check this out. Oh, wait a minute. I need to get to this. Excuse me, guys. The title is up. The title is up. Trump demands the Supreme Court to intervene into the deportation flight battle. Like I said, as you know, Judge James Boasberger is fighting back and pushing back. And I have a lot of people in the comments. I'm glad I didn't skip over that story because you guys definitely said there's a lot of people in the comments that had thumbs down and feel that the judge is right. And they think that these people should have their proper day in court. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Glad that you guys are actually part of the content. I'm glad I remembered to look at that because that's exactly what we just were speaking about. So let's get into it.
Madeline Rivera with more on that migrant flight legal battle. Maddie.
Good morning, Carly and Todd. Federal Judge James Boasberg says the Trump administration is evading its obligations after the Justice Department missed a noon deadline yesterday to privately give more details regarding those deportation flights to El Salvador. Boasberg says instead of giving the information he wanted, the government gave a 6-paragraph declaration from an Immigration and Customs Enforcement office in Texas. The declaration notified the court that cabinet secretaries are considering whether to invoke state secrets privilege, which allows the government to withhold certain information because of national security concerns. Boasberg called that response, quote, woefully insufficient, adding, to begin, the government cannot proffer a regional ISOP official to attest to cabinet-level discussions of the state secrets privilege. Boasberg wants the DOJ to answer several questions, including what time the planes took off from the U.S. and how many migrants were removed via the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. President Trump is now calling on the Supreme Court to step in, saying unlawful nationwide injunctions by radical left judges could very well lead to the destruction of our country. Now, Republican Missouri Senator Josh Hawley is proposing legislation to restrict the lower court's ability to issue nationwide injunctions.
These courts are doing
Why you ain't finished what he said? He said more than that. It was more than that on that post. There was more than that there. He said, unlawful nationwide injunctions by radical left judges could very well lead to the destruction of our country. If Justice Roberts and the United States Supreme Court do not fix this toxic and unprecedented situation immediately, our country is in very serious trouble. Now, when it comes down to getting Tren de la Agua, MS-13, and drug dealers out of here, I believe this myself. I know a lot of people feel as if they should have their day in court. It's going to really slow up the process, make us have to spend much more money. This can be the first time that you and I don't actually agree on something. I'm all for this. A lot of people in the comments think that they should go to court. I don't. I think they need to get the HELL hockey sticks out of here because they came here illegally and we're doing illegal crimes. Just my point. And that's why we have the comments, because we can say what we feel here. So let's keep on going.
These courts are doing, these district courts, is wrong. It is unconstitutional. I want to be real clear. To me, this isn't about Congress taking away power courts currently have. This is about Congress reforming and stopping the abuse. They do not have the authority to go out and to say, Mr. President, you can't do this. Congress can make that clear. We need to do it right this second.
Judge Boasberg wants the DOJ to hand in a sworn declaration today from someone involved in the cabinet-level discussions about why it's considering invoking state secrets privilege. Carly and Todd.
All right, Matt.
Because maybe that's the only way that we can try to get him out of here. Everybody else trying to fight for him and slow up the process. It's going to cost more money to do that. And then you got to house him. You got to secure him. You got to feed him. You got to health. Sorry. That's what we don't see eye to eye. I'm in the comments. What you guys got to say about this topic right here? Let's go. Okay, let's go. We got Rebecca. No, these people need to go. Online Poker Rush. There are gray areas in the law, and it makes it gray areas in the Supreme Court. We'll have to settle this. 80s baby boy. Good morning, 80s baby boy. I want that suit. I'm going to tell you where to get it, but I'm going to tell y'all like this. If Portobello don't step up and start looking out for me, and giving me a discount or holding me down and making sure that I'm looking right because I be taking care of them, I ain't gonna wear their stuff no more. What I'm gonna do is show other companies, this is what you could be looking at. This is what you could be doing. Look at all of our great commenters that are talking about this particular suit. And we're gonna go get some money from some other people. So if Portobello don't wanna look out because I'm styling and profiling their stuff, did 100,400 views on the old Ang Zan video in their tuxedo. I went in there last week to buy some stuff and I was looking around and I saw a jacket. I wanted to buy it and a guy told me the price. I'm like, yo, you know how many videos I did for you? I'm showing him the video. He's like, oh, how come you never talk to the boss? I said, I called them. They don't even listen. I got so mad. I said, you know what? I ain't buying nothing out of there. So I just left. So I'm actually looking for a new suit company. If anybody know a new suit company that want to represent and get some good looks, hit your boy up. I definitely got you. But back to this topic right here, because we have to stay on topic about the Supreme Court and what you guys feel about this battle right here. Come on, let's go. Yo, start your own suit brand. Can't do everything, bro. Got liquors and everything. It's just too much work. I would love to do it. Breeze 70. Wow, that store's still open with those cheap Falcon suits. Yeah, they still open, bro. But I know how to pick. And I look good when I pick, don't I? See, this is the thing about me. I don't care about no jokes, homeboy. I still look good and I'm alive. All them jokes, I'm gonna tell you what to do. Get my bags, meet me at the airport. I might be there. I bet you if you put this suit on, you won't look like this. I could put on anything I want and still look like this, homeboy. That goes to show you a cheap suit. Look how I make a cheap suit look. That's right. So go ahead with the jokes, because now it don't seem as funny when the facts come out. Ha! Let's go. I own what's the truth, bro. I don't lie on here. I'm telling you where I get stuff from, telling you how cheap y'all are. It is what it is. I don't lie. Do you? All I do know is I be tipping and I be looking out. I be tipping and I be looking out. Bugatti do. Me? I look out for people. What y'all do? Oh, anyway, let's keep on going. Savannah Buzzick, you look fine. Thank you, Savannah, so much. I wear these suits and these clothes for you guys, not to show off and not to brag. It's all for y'all. All for y'all every day. So anybody trying to get up in here acting like I'm doing something, trying to grift or whatever, nope. My heart is pure. I'm into this. I'm dedicated. I love what I do. That's why we got to keep on going. And I can't get off course because now, did you know it's not, I told you already, it's not legal to enter our country illegally. Told you about that. And now Tom Homan is going to tell you about it too. I know a lot of people don't like Ron DeSantis. I don't particularly like a lot of the things that he's done, especially when I was in Florida and I was around like some Jamaican people and I noticed that how they were feeling and what they were going through. When you're in the population and dealing with the people, you get to understand what's going on. That's when they had just started the migration situation. Florida was like right on the beginning of it. And it was really tense, a very tense moment down there. I told you guys, I actually walked by a hotel on my first day of my vacation and they were like doing construction there. And I saw some tools outside. And I'm like, why are those tools there? I kept going to that certain area every day just to sit on the beach. And I kept on noticing that those tools were there every single day that I walked by. One day, another gentleman walked by that actually was from the neighborhood. I said, yo, you mean to tell me these people leave their tools out like that? He was like, no, those people were immigrants and they was like taken up out of here and they left their tools because they were running. Wow, what a story, right? Let's keep on going, y'all. Let's keep on going. We got this situation right here that I was telling you guys about with Tom Homan and Ron DeSantis when they're talking about it's not okay to enter the country illegally. Tom Homan and how they're going to solve this border crisis. I don't know how they're going to solve it because you're locking all of these people up. Now you got to get them to go back home. And as you can see, they're already having a problem with that. There's a process. So as many people you lock up, now you got to worry about housing these people because they're not letting them go directly right back home. As you can see, there's a lot of pushback. They need their day in court. And even though there's a lot of energetic speech in what they're going to be saying, we do know the truth. They still have to go to court in order to let them actually get up out of here. So let's keep on going. Let's go. But I do want you guys to hear this.
We live in Florida, and we have Governor DeSantis. And when we have local officials, I don't care if it's in the judiciary or county commissioners, city mayors, it doesn't matter, not following the law, he exercises his constitutional authority and removes them. But you have other states, and to your point, Governor, California, not only are they not following the law and saying they're not going to follow the law, but they're even giving more and more incentives to break the law. And I will say, on my way in, I did notice that Gavin Newsom's across the street protesting. So, but what do you do with these states and these governors like Gavin Newsom and these leaders? And you've said you talk about criminal prosecutions, Czar. What do we do to rein in these individuals who think that the rule of law does not apply to them?
Well, luckily, we got Pam Bondi as the Attorney General who's going to sue these jurisdictions. And I've been clear when it comes to sanctuary. They say, well, we're a welcoming community. We're a sanctuary city. And their justification is we want victims and witnesses of crime, if they're illegal aliens, victims and witnesses of crime to feel comfortable coming to law enforcement and not think they'll be turned over to ICE because we're not working with ICE. Okay, that's bullshit, first of all. Because victims and witnesses of crime don't want the bad guy in the neighborhood either, right? So what ICE strictly want, we want access to the jail where they chose to lock somebody up because he's a public safety threat. That's the person we want to talk to. We don't want to talk to the victim witness at all. Matter of fact, if we did talk to the victim, it might end up with a visa if they're a victim of crime. But we want to talk to the bad guy. And I can't believe there's any elected official, whether it's a governor, a mayor, or a city council person, like what's happening down in Fort Myers area, that doesn't want public safety threats removed from their community. Their number one responsibility is protection of the community. So why would any elected official not want public safety threats removed from their community? Because that's what ICE is doing. As far as sanctuary states, sanctuary cities, they're not going to stop us. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We'll double the manforce there. But here's the issue. Sanctuary cities are going to get exactly what they don't want. More agents in the community and more collateral arrest. Now the media's all over right now. Well,
more collateral arrest. Again, you guys, y'all know what that means. Abuelo and abuela. Granddaddy and grandma that's already been over here. They old and they just chilling in the crib. All of a sudden, boom, ICE. They bust in the door. Let me see your paperwork. They don't care if y'all 70 and 80 years old. If you're illegal, they sending you back. And how'd you get yourself hot? How'd you get the spot so hot? Spot so hot. Hot, 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 hot. You got the spot hot by having the uncle or the other one that decided he wanted to walk across and give a middle finger to everybody. That one there that they said, come on, you can come stay with us, Pito, no problem. And now when they come for Pito, they coming to get Abuela and Abuelo. So now everybody going. And now y'all doing this. Everybody mad. Oh my God, my grandma. Yeah, so that's what he means by collateral damage. Everybody around it that's going to be affected. What you guys got to say about that? Is what it is when you're illegal. Car care. Who owned country? And what else? We got David Sitter said, I support Trump's full force. And we got Car Care said, sad. Gates Open Media. I live near Fort Myers, Florida. What is it like down there? Because they're saying that they're trying to be a little bit different over there, like they're going against DeSantis. What else we got over here? We got Rob Outdoors Incorporated 101. During the 1920s, my great-grandparents came from Volga, Russia. They had to learn English, pass tests, health checks, checkups, etc. It wasn't just welcome to the country. No, let me explain something to you, Rob Outdoors Incorporated 101. The way that our country is now, you ever play tag or hide and seek, freeze tag, or any games as a child? So you know what base means, right? Base means you can't be touched once you get there. Why don't y'all call it what it is? Base, I'm on base. Can't touch me as long as I'm here. Can't touch me long as I'm here. Can't touch me long as I'm here. That's what it is. It's really just like base, because as long as you're in that place, sanctuary city or whatever, they're going to treat you like you can't be touched. So that's why they do that. And it's crazy because that's telling illegal criminals and people that don't belong here, all you got to do is make it here. And we got you. We're going to hide you in the cracks or whatever like that. Come to a sanctuary city. We're going to make sure that you can't get found. That's what happens with that. Rob Outdoors, yeah. That's what happens with that, Rob. Online said, there's a difference between being educated and supporting Trump and being stupid and supporting Trump. Then we also got Main Arbor that said, okay, I'll be staying out of your house. You need to feed me, pay my food, insurance, education, and give me your job. I will steal from you and call you evil at the same time. Got you, Main Arbor. Marielle, these governors, mayors, and city council members need to be in jail. If I broke federal law, I would be in jail. You know that? You're right, Marielle. Car care. Only a criminal can bust a criminal. You have no self-defense law. You talking about New York? Self-defense? Please. I know you ain't talking about New York. We have absolutely no self-defense law. But all I'm trying to say is, anybody know what I'm talking about? Y'all know it's really hard to defend yourself in a state like New York. You actually, when you win, I know this for a fact. When you win a fight, you mess around and lose. Because next thing you know, the person like this, it was him. And now you got a case. Meanwhile, they was talking a whole bunch of junk before they got punched in the eye. Okay, now let's keep on going, y'all, because I want to get the last of this right here. He has a little bit left on this conversation, but as you can see, he's talking about the border, talking about securing, talking about sanctuary cities and how they basically put on kid gloves to deal with illegal criminals.
A big part of these criminal arrests are actually non-criminals. Yes, they are. Where do these collateral arrests happen? Sanctuary cities. Why? Because you forced us in the community to find a bad guy. So when we find a bad guy, he's probably with others. Others are in the country illegally, but maybe not a criminal alien. They're coming too. We're going to force immigration law. Unlike the last administration under Mayorkas and Biden, they told ICE agents, immigration officers, you cannot arrest an illegal alien for simply being here illegally. Here's the executive branch rewriting statute. They told ICE officers you can't enforce the law. Unless they're convicted of a serious crime, you can't arrest them. Well, that garbage is over with. If you're in the country illegally, you got a problem. Now, we're going to prioritize public safety threats first, and that's what we're doing. But it's not okay to be in this country illegally.
That's the first crime. illegally being here. That's the first crime. So that's like, they don't understand that. They walking around all chilling, doing what they want to do. They feel like as long as I'm here, we can wind up, there's so much positivity and so much better living in the United States that they would rather be here illegally. Let's just call it what it is. It's really bad in a lot. Let's go there. It's really bad in a lot of these countries. It's terrible in a lot of these places that they migrate from. But once they come to a sanctuary city or to a city that $14 an hour, $15 an hour, $12 an hour to them, that's a lot of monetary, considering they weren't really making that much money where they live at. So a lot of these people, they still find jobs under the radar, working for certain companies, stores, bodegas or whatever, and they still get a decent wage. And not only that, they get paid in cash and they ain't got to pay no taxes. What y'all think of that? Online Poker Rush. I'm a veteran and I can't get food stamps. Oh, you ain't getting them neither, but they will. $14,000 and think I'm lying. I work hard so criminals fear I. Susan said, Khalil, that's what they need to make public. K-A-L-E-L, Khalil. Natalie Georgievich said, exactly, Leon. And if you stood in line to ask for help, you wouldn't be awarded anything close to what they give people that need asylum. Yeah, there's situations that I heard about where they getting free rent, they get cars, they get their license, like they get treated better than American citizens. And I think that is so wrong, because if you help out the right American citizen that's been busting their butt, let's say somebody that's got a scholarship in college, and you give them those same opportunities, they will thrive and actually help the country. If you got a college student, instead of giving these illegal people all of this stuff, how about college students or people that's doing good in the country, that's really looking like they can actually go somewhere? Help those people and support people like that, instead of making these apartment buildings and complexes and all of this stuff, giving them free rent, $14,000 on their debit card that they were getting when they came to New York. Y'all already know us. We already got the video and we got the receipts. So anybody trying to say, oh, that was debunked, bull. We got the video clip. Thousands of dollars were given away in food stamps. And you go ask for some, Bill. You go ask for some, try to get some. Mister, any one of you guys try to get some food stamps and see what happened. They're going to be like, no, I'm sorry. You make too much money. You make too much money. So we can't help you. You're helping the country by paying taxes. And we know that the food is expensive, but we can't give you no food stamps. I'm sorry. You make too much money. That's going to be the excuse. Let's keep on going, because now President Trump decided to sign this executive order that's going to dismantle the Department of Education. We've got a lot of people that are for federal education, and we have a lot of people that are not for it, that feel like the states should run their education department. I myself have been in the board of in a public school system for years. Back in the day, it was a little easier because the teachers actually cared. It wasn't so hard. It wasn't so strict as far as metal detectors and things of that nature in my early years. Now it's just like you're going to court when you're going to school. You got to go through metal detectors. You got people selling D-rugs downstairs in the basement and stuff like that. You got all sorts of other stuff going on. There's actually businesses, D-rug businesses being started in schools, when it should be like cookie companies and maybe starting a clothing company or something like that. No. The first customers that a lot of these kids get for D-rugs is in school, believe it or not. All right, let's go, y'all, because the schools are nothing like they used to be. I think it's a mix of both, where it comes from. School currently, some failures, basically, it needs to be hard reset into something new. El Chapo for president. But also it starts at home, and we talked about that. You can't expect a kid that hasn't been raised correctly to go to school and act right. And then you got a bunch of the same kids acting the same way. And then we did go over the education yesterday. Let's be real about it. We're 40th in the United States when it comes down to education. I've seen parents actually tell their son, hey, I'm coming home at 5 o'clock. Put some chicken in the sink and some ice water so it can thaw out by the time I get home. The lady comes home. There's a pack of chicken in the sink with a cup of ice water. Now y'all tell me. She even said it. I thought I raised my son right. Look, y'all look at this. Instead of her realizing what she did, made a mistake by not showing him the right way, she wanted to put it on the internet and showed her ignorance. But we're going to keep on going, y'all, because I want y'all to see this. Right now, Department of Education, I do think it needs a revamp. I am not the person that can tell you how to fix it. But as far as what I see, I look at school now as daycare. Kids don't really learn too much in school. It's more like daycare so that you won't get in trouble for not showing up. That's what it's really like right now. That's what I see. Let's keep on going, y'all.
Starting your own membership can feel like a big step, and to tap into the predictable revenue that memberships.
So as of yesterday,
Should I do this?
he said, should I do it?
It was very lucky. I signed another document that turned out to be very good for the country, and I said, let's use that same pen. I don't know, is anybody superstitious? Ron, are you superstitious? Let's use that same pen.
So yesterday, this is the final action of getting rid of the DOE, Department of Education.
Okay.
I think that's cute.
Can you come up? Just to say.
So this is the person that he's got in order to lead with getting rid of the DOE.
Good luck, son.
So now I gotta catch the name, but this is the person that's now responsible for finalizing the dismantling. She's in charge of finalizing the dismantling of the rest of the Department of Education. She already announced yesterday that they've already dismantled over 51%. They have to find other places to take other responsibilities, and Pell and TAP grants, as well as the monetary that's already going to those schools, are not going to be taken away. That's what the president said. So if you're thinking like, oh my God, since it's not federally funded anymore, do we still get the money from the Fed? They're still going to get monetary from the Fed, as well as Pell and TAP grants. There's a lot of people that don't believe in this sort of education. They would like it to stay with the Fed. What do you guys think about this? Because I haven't asked this question myself. Personally, I think it's something that we should look into, because it feels like whatever happens in one school when it's under the Fed can trickle and happen everywhere. Similar to those books that we did not want, to the transgender in the bathrooms. And I bring this up again, when Biden threatened public school parents and said, if you do not agree, and we're going to take away the lunch money, the lunch programs for your children, if you give us pushback. I don't know if you guys noticed about that, but we have a clip where the Biden administration basically threatened family members, parents, with saying if they don't agree with trans in schools and those sorts of books, they were going to take away the food programs. Think I'm lying? Look it up. Google it. I'm telling you. Not only that, but we actually have it in a video clip that we actually covered. So I've definitely covered this part before. So will the states do better, or will the Fed do better? What do you guys think? I'm in the comments right now. I want to know what you guys think. Tax the churches. You need to look into this woman and her husband. You're worried about transgender kids. Check into what this woman That's why you got to talk to me. Woman and her husband have done. I definitely would do that. XYZ, crazy house in house nigga. Ooh, XYZ, you got to go. Don't talk like that, boy. Bye. Main Arbor, dismantle the DOE. Since the DOE started, test scores have dropped. Besides, look at what they are teaching. That's what I'm talking about. And then once they let it in one school, because it's fed, it's gonna go everywhere. So how to a bomb or feel comfortable with? No, kids don't even need to be thinking about that, because what you put in their head is what they're gonna concentrate on. Books, school, sports, learning, class, meaning class, respect, pride. Things like that are what we need to be teaching our children, not how to SMD. And if I'm feeling a certain way, I need to express myself. No, you need to come talk to your parent or play some football. That's what you need to do. Online poker rush. No one knows what they do. Spawn, never ever. What else we got here? We got Spawn. Do you know what the Board of Education does? Yes, I do know what it does. Online poker rush. Spawn. I got hand, bro. You don't want this. He said, I got hands, bro. You don't want this. How do you not know what the Department of Education does? I was actually I went to public school, so I know what they do. So thanks for trying to act like I don't know what I'm talking about. But it ain't working. Stop it. If you think you're going to make a profit, stop it. If you think you're going to make a profit, stop it. Trump denies Elon Musk will be briefed on the China war plan during the Pentagon visit. A lot of people said that they thought that they were going to brief Elon on what's going on in China. Trump said that he doesn't feel that that's going to be a good idea. And he also thought that Elon would not even sit to hear it. Because as you guys know, the New York Times put out a story saying that Elon Musk is going to be sitting in with Pete Hegseth to talk about China and a possible war. Well, Trump debunked it and basically said that he would not allow for Elon to sit in a meeting like that. He also went on to say that Elon probably wouldn't even want to sit in on a meeting like that as well. Let's get into this, guys. Let's keep on going. Let's go. I told you it ain't over. I told you we still rocking. Let's go.
With senior advisor to the president, Elon Musk, who is set to visit the Pentagon today. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says it's, quote, an informal meeting about innovation, efficiencies, and smarter production. But last night, President Trump took to his social media platform to slam reports from the New York Times that Musk's visit would actually include a briefing on a potential war with China. The president called the story ridiculous, adding, China won't even be mentioned or discussed. CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand is following this story from the White House this morning. Natalie, good morning to you. Tell us more about why Musk is visiting DoD HQ.
Good morning, Errol. Well, as you noted, the defense secretary on social media described this as an informal meeting on innovation, efficiencies, and production, not, he says, top secret war plans, going on to deny reporting by the New York Times. This follows a report that was published last night that Musk was scheduled to be briefed on U.S. military plans for any war that might break out with China. Those would be top secret military operational plans, the New York Times citing 2 U.S. officials. But hours after that report was published, the president took to social media saying China will not even be mentioned or discussed. And Musk, adding on to that statement by the president on X, said, quote, he looks forward to the prosecutions of those at the Pentagon who are leaking maliciously false information to the New York Times, he said. Now, the New York Times noted that if that briefing happened or were to take place, that would signify an extensive expansion of Musk's already expansive role at.
Like you said, if, and that's them projecting and possibilities and stuff like that. To be honest with you, you guys that are under the sound of my voice, both of us, we don't know what they spoke about. Let's be real about it. They could have started speaking about spaghetti. We don't know. So something like that, we would never know if he was privy, Trump said that he don't think that he should sit in a meeting like that because, China's information, that's some stuff that he doesn't think that he needs to know when it comes down to defense. He's basically there for just Doge, is what Trump said. So that's it. I don't got too much on that because, like I said, how would we know if he did sit in on that meeting and what they were talking about? What you guys think about it? Let's go. The DOE touches government known better than the no better. Main Arbor said the DOE teaches that government knows better than the parents. Online poker rush. Give these kids 6 months and they'll forget about school. Leon, so students can get a start in a career. Katie, we now have a world encyclopedia in our hands, educate ourselves. Oh my God. Blast Phantom Gans. That's all you got to talk about is stupid stuff about how somebody moved their hands and you wrote all that? Damn, you must be bored with life. Damn, homie. All that about how I move my hands and you ain't got nothing else to talk about. You need to go take an aspirin, for real. Oh, you move your hands. I watched this lady yesterday do the same thing. And I think I look kind of good doing it. So if you don't like it, you know what you can do. If you don't like me moving my hands, you can kick a rock for a block. I already told you, I don't give a damn. I'm going to do what I want to do. This is my show. And that's it. Now we're going to go over here. I want you guys to see what I got over here. Let me see. I got some more on the clip. But I don't want to, I want to see. Let me see what I want to show you guys. All right. Let's go to this. I don't know if you know yesterday, but a police officer was shot in Philadelphia. Want to cover that and see what you guys think about this. I didn't want to go to what's in the clip because I don't like what I'm seeing on the list over there. I'm going to freestyle for the rest of this. What happened was yesterday, a Philadelphia police officer was hit in the vest during a deadly shooting with a suspect. It was almost fatal, they said, but he actually pulled through. Want you guys to see what's going on with this. This is in Philadelphia, and I don't know if you guys know, but Philadelphia is a concealed carry state. You can actually have your gun in Philadelphia.
Here to provide information on a fatal officer-involved shooting that happened today at approximately 12:50 p.m. on the 4600 block of Roosevelt Boulevard on the grounds of Friends Hospital. First, we're going to be hearing from our mayor, the Honorable Sherelle L. Parker. She's going to be followed by our police commissioner, Kevin Bethel. I just want to caution you in advance, we're obviously still very early in this investigation, so while we will take some brief questions at the end, we're going to be limited in the response that we can give. Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you, Griff. Let me just start by affirming that again at around 12:50 p.m. on today, a Philadelphia police officer was shot while he was on the job performing his duties outside of a hospital in Northeast Philadelphia. Now you're going to hear from Police Commissioner Bethel, and he'll provide you with all of the relevant details. However, I am pleased to report that our police officer is going to be okay, and his partner is going to be okay too. While the commissioner will talk more about the specifics, I do want to note for the record that the officer was wearing his ballistic vest when he was shot. Now, all of our officers are required to wear their vests, and in this instance, the shot that hit the officer's vest was close to the bottom of his vest. But for an inch, we could be here right now with a very different set of circumstances and facts. You all have heard me say this during difficult moments that I strongly support our Philadelphia police officers who are on the front lines protecting and serving the people of our great city.
Yeah, the cities are crazy right now. Philadelphia, I'm from New York. I know if I go to Philly, it can definitely go down. I used to talk to a girl out there. I remember one time I was talking to her on the phone and she's walking. I'm like, yeah, where you going? She's like, well, I'm about to get robbed. I'll talk to you later. I said, what? She said, I'm about to get robbed. I will talk to you later. So I didn't hear from her for about 2-3 days. 3 days go by. She give me a call. Hey, what's going on? I said, how you doing? You okay? She said, yeah. I said, what happened the other day? Oh, I got robbed. I mean, saying it like it was nothing in Philadelphia, right, on Erie. I said, what do you mean? You just saying it like it's nothing. Oh, boy, I done got robbed 4 times already. I said, what? She said, every time you walking with your phone out here, they just run up on you, rob you. I said, don't you want to move or find another place to go to? Like, especially if they're getting that condition of being robbed? We actually stopped talking. Yeah, we didn't. That conversation in our relationship didn't last too long. But I hope all the best for you, and I hope you moved out of the state that you're in, and I hope you didn't get any other robberies since the time that we spoke. Now, keeping it moving right along. What else we got here? We got Angels. You can write secret messages. Online poker rush. Yeah, Camden be affecting Philly too. It's right across the bridge. Oh my God, Camden. Y'all talking about Zombieland? Ooh, Zombieland. Yo, Camden. Don't even see. That's why you can't even ask me these questions, because now I got a Camden story. Okay, we're driving back from Atlanta because we used to do liquor promotion. I think this was for the All-Star game that was in Atlanta that year, right? So we're driving back in the promotional van, right? So we pull up in Camden. It looks terrible. The store, the deli looks like a gas station. Got gates all around it. Go in there, get what you got to get. I come out. Next thing you know, there's this lady, crackhead, standing next to the car. So my boy is driving. I put the window down. She comes over. I think she's going to ask for some change or whatever like that. So she's like, yo, what y'all got going on? I'm like, yeah, we about to get up out of here. And she's looking crazy. Like, oh my gosh, she's looking like Day of the Dead, right? So I'm like, yeah, we about to get out of here. She's like, y'all want to get y'all sucked? I was like, what? She said, y'all want to get y'all? So just for the hell of it, I was like, how much? She was like, whatever y'all got. I said, damn, it's like that? Yo, I've never heard somebody say whatever y'all got. Of course, we got the HGLL hockey sticks up out of there. Just wanted to know what she was going to say. But that's a crazy story that y'all reminded me of. That was bananas. That was Camden right there. And then it's kind of like Kensington, where all of the people are just like sluggish and they on drugs and stuff. I really hope that people get better in those states and those areas, because it's so hard and it's so bad. If you guys ever want to see what I'm talking about, go to YouTube and put in Kensington. You're probably going to see people walking with cameras and showing you what Kensington is like. I guarantee you're probably going to be able to take about 2 or 3 minutes of that content. It's nothing pleasant that you guys want to see. Trust me. What you guys got going on over here? Making me say all my crazy old stories. Yes, I can even do it, and I get a calculus. Main Arbor said I have to use pi cube. What y'all talking about over here? Misunderstood me. I meant we have phones in our hands. Pure info. We are people. Need to use it. True, true, true. Yeah, Kensington is sad. Do me a favor, you guys. We still rolling over here. It's not over. Do me a favor. Double tap those 3 buttons over there. Hit that boom, boom, boom. Hit that like button. We're very close to 30,000 subscribers. We like right there, 28,000 something. If you guys appreciate the content, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel so that you can know when we're on. We're always on at 6 o'clock, but it would be cool to have another subscription, as well as hit those notifications so that you can know when I'm outside. We also go to we went to the St. Patrick's Day parade. We got a lot of events coming up, and I always make sure I turn that camera on so you guys can see what's going on. I want you to see what's going on in Nevada right now. In Nevada, because the seniors are speaking out. I don't want to just be one-sided in this broadcast, in this show. I want everybody to have their voice heard. So right now I want you to see what's going on in Nevada, where these seniors are speaking out against drastic cuts to Social Security. I don't think this is bad doing this. I think it's pretty cool. I don't think nothing wrong with what I'm doing. Let's keep on going, y'all. But yeah, because every time something starts, there's always when you create an action, there's always ramifications. Right now, we got a lot of people being fired. Many people are being cut off of their federal jobs. So yes, there's a lot of people in different areas that are feeling these firings in different situations, and they're fighting back.
About 24 protesters gathered outside the Social Security office in Reno at noon. They carried signs critical of the Department of Government Efficiency. or held signs which expressed their concern about the future of Social Security. Marilyn Show has depended upon Social Security for her disabled son, and she says she soon wants to start collecting her benefits. Benefits she reminds everyone she paid for.
It's an insurance, and we've paid into this. We've paid into Social Security I've worked since I've been 15.
Damn right.
And so gutting it and privatizing it, that is not the answer.
I don't know what the plan is, but I'm with her. That's why I don't care if that clip was for 40 seconds. That lady said she's been working since she was 15 years old. I've been working since I was 15 years old. How do you get this far in life and all of a sudden they're talking about ending Social Security? I don't even want that sentence to be said out of people's mouth. I don't even want that to be talked about. How dare you, even if it's not the truth? No. Social Security, there's nowhere in the world. That's not fair. And then y'all talking about some stuff probably happening, civil inside. And then what do you mean privatizing it? When you took our money, it wasn't privatized. It was going to the Fed. It was FICA. Whoever the hell FICA is, kept on paying FICA, kept on paying state, kept on paying health, kept on paying insurance, even if you never claimed it. We need our Social Security money. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're Republican or independent. It is not fair. Even if I'm wrong, I want to be. It's not fair to try to take away people's Social Security. Privatizing it, that's one thing. I don't understand what they mean by that. But as far as taking away, interfering, or taking away monetary that people earned over the years of their life, which we need in our old age, what's the damn reason we working now? Y'all ain't giving us no Social Security? All right, so hell with it. We ain't even working. Straight up and down. Because that's the whole end game for the majority of people. It's just like 401ks. What the hell are we investing into it for if we can't get it when we retire? Keep on going, y'all. What we got? Leon, we all need to stop paying taxes. Online Poker Rush said they're going to add more letters to our paychecks. Yeah, FICA, BICA, all this crap. Main Arbor, hit that button to subscribe, y'all. Natalie, how you doing this morning, Natalie? Kendra Walker, what's going on, girl? How you doing over there with that glove? Looking all good with that glove over there. Kendra got the glove, y'all. Y'all ain't got the glove. Kendra got the glove. What else we got over here? Online Poker Rush said, right, we have to pay taxes plus all this extra BS. Angels Among Us said, who the hell is FICA? Who the hell is FICA? You know what I'm saying? Leon, they keep taking out to pay for everything else. And then Main Arbor said, I started paying taxes at 16, started working at 9. You finally said something I agree with. Thank you, RNF. Sometimes it takes me a little while. I'm like one of those, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes me a little while to get warmed up. Natalie said, facts. Online Poker Rush said, by the time we 65, there won't be any more SSA. So, hey, I expect there to be drama. And hey, if some old people decide to act up, I can't get mad at them. Because there's no way in the world that you're supposed to be working for that long and not to be able to get your Social Security. I'm talking about, stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with us. We're not having that. We ain't having it. We're not having it. Just like these alligators wasn't having it in Florida. I don't know what these kayakers thought. But yes, somebody decided to go kayaking in gator-infested waters. I'm not talking about no regular gator-infested waters. I'm talking about the ones where you got to take the wind boat on. So we got these two people from Texas that decided they wanted to go kayaking in a gator-infested waters. Y'all already know where we about to go with this, right? Let's go. Let me show you what happened with this. Oh, did they get bit, Bugatti? Is a pig's pork? Did they get bit? I'm going to show you right now if they got bit. Here we go right here, y'all.
Welcome back, everyone. We are now learning more about a gator attack from earlier this month.
Yeah, 2 kayakers were bitten, one sent to the hospital after that reptile chomped down on a woman's elbow. It happened just south of Point Siena in the Tiger Creek Canal. The map shows where that's at in the Polk-Osceola County line. Fox 35's Kelsey Cairns got an exclusive airboat tour of that canal, which locals say is infested with gators.
Deep in the marshes of Tiger Creek Canal, scads of native alligators call the wild wetlands home.
We see everything from deer, hogs, turkey, gators. Obviously, there's water moccasins back here. There's a little bit of everything that Florida has to offer back here.
These are the type of people that'll say, oh my God, we need to get the police out there. We need help. We got bit by a gator. Excuse me, you were in a marsh. What the hell are you doing out there on a kayak thinking that it was okay to do this? I'm talking about some people don't know their ass from their elbow. Real talk, y'all. Don't know their ass from their elbow. Do me a favor. Y'all appreciate the content. We've been up since 6 o'clock in the morning, rocking and shocking. Please, let's get those likes up to let everybody know what the hell we got going on over here. We got so much more in the clip, but I really want you guys to see the rest of this story. You got to see this. You got to see it.
Airboat Captain Justin Kelly leads Fox 35 through the now infamous canal. There are so many gators that one of them even managed to interrupt our interview.
I think I see one swimming over there.
Yes, ma'am.
You see him over there?
That is a good-sized gator right there.
I don't mean to stop you, but yeah, you're right. You're not kidding. There's so many of them here.
The canal connecting Tiger...
The canal is their home. Gators live out there. So you got somebody, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, hey, hun, let's go out here and go kayaking. Let's go kayaking. Kayaking? Oh, my God. Yeah, it bit her on the arm. Her whole arm got chomped on. Main Arbor, the TV is a little loud, Bugatti. All right, I got you. Got you right there. I turned it up a little too loud so y'all can hear that. That last story was low. Marielle said, you can't fix stupid. Stay out of their home. Yeah, what are you going in their crib for? Corey Z, Trump should send his dude to El Salvador. Send this dude to El Salvador. Why you want me to go to El Salvador, Corey? You don't like me? Angels Among Us, 214, Poker laughing. Frank, it's called Tiger Creek. Nope. That was another thing. It's called Tiger Creek. You have to use an airboat to move around. You can't fix stupid, y'all. For real. You just can't.
Lake and Lake Kissimmee in Osceola County. Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission confirming to Fox 35 this is the same canal where 2 kayakers were attacked by an 8-foot gator earlier this month. FWC confirming Christine Salvador, who is from Texas, was the woman who was bit there. She had to be airlifted to the hospital.
It's a tearing wound, a puncture wound. Looks like the tiger would get infected pretty quickly. He's going into shock.
The other kayaker, David Morse from the Panhandle, spared by his life vest. A report detailing the gator sunk his teeth into the life vest, allowing Morse to walk away unharmed.
And would you find it unusual that a kayaker was bit on the elbow?
That gator isn't out here to chase you down.
The canal, a feeding ground of sorts for the gators.
They do tend to pile up back here. There's a lot of fishermen that dump heads and stuff throughout the day, so it's easy eating back here.
Kelly explains to me he really doesn't recommend anyone to kayak in that canal because you're really at eye level with the gators, which he considers their safe haven.
Gator hunting is limited in the area, which is why they love the canal.
There's definitely been some of the bigger ones I've seen out of all the years that we've been running these lakes.
Kelly's final warning to anyone looking to kayak out there.
These lakes are very shallow. It gets rough. So it's when you get back here, if you get in a bind, it's kind of hard to get out.
Reporting in Osceola County, I'm Kelsey Cairns, Fox.
I'm lost, y'all. I just don't get it. I'm going to say a few sentences. First one is, does not seem like the right place to be kayaking. Second thing I'm going to say is, what the hell was they thinking about? Soon as they got out there, a gator pulled up. So I would have been out there like, this looked like some place first of all, where's the airboat? And then I'm still nervous. I'm like this on an airboat. Getting off on a kayak, a plastic raft, to mess around with a gator that got a mouth this long and about 1,000 teeth, one chomp. Y'all already see what he did. Yeah, what you going out there for? You talk about stupid? Man, this is so stupid. Angels among us is dying. Main Arbor said, took a little elbow grease, but we got in there. What else you got? You got BN, come to Australia and play with our crocodiles. You won't be calling 911. BN, let me ask you a question. BN, do you ever see any kayakers in the areas of Australia kayaking and trying to, do their kayak thing? BN, I'd like to know, have you ever seen any kayakers in the waters around that area? Let me know. Online Poker Rush, I won't even let a wild pit bull. Nope, not even. Mad Hatter, I think we found a new sanctuary city. Online Poker Rush said gators eat anything. Ooh, you want to use that for the sanctuary city? Mad Hatter, that's crazy. Online Poker Rush said make it make sense. Oh my God, Rob Outdoors. He already know outdoors, right? One-on-one. What do you say? No, really, it's a damn gator. They're opportunistic animals. They see something, they're going to try to eat it. And then they're going to bite you, and then they do the gator roll. They do that to drown you. And then once they drown you, chomp, 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 you're gone. Those cows, those little elks, and those little animals out there, they get chomped all the time. They be over there. They walk up like a little deer, little Bambi, drink the water. Next thing you know, akata, and they pull them right in the water. Sad to say it, but that's the circle of life. Y'all got the nerve to be playing around. That's like going out in Africa, talking about you want to go BMXing. Yeah, I was BMXing, and this lion just started chasing me. What's the problem? You're in Africa, Thunthadun. What the hell are you doing on a BMX? What else we got? Online Poker Rush. Mother Nature is 99.9 and 0. Facts. I don't care. You could have weaponry. You better not run out of your bullets, because Mother Nature ain't no joke. And there's some places that weapons ain't even going to help. Send you to Sahara Desert. Your gun ain't going to do nothing. Online Poker Rush said the Africans don't even pet lions in Africa. You see these people talking about, oh, look at the lion. Then Africa be like, you're stupid. I ain't no go next to that damn lion. I no go next to that lion. You stupid. They're not playing that. They know better. They're gonna be in the bush looking at y'all like this while y'all getting eaten up. Could you imagine what them safari men have actually seen? Could you imagine what the type of stuff that those safari guys have actually seen while they're on safari? Come on, y'all. The guides, the ones that live in Africa, they probably be like, crazy white people. I don't no disrespect. Crazy white people. They want to touch the lion. They want to take selfie. Next thing you know, no longer with us. No longer with us, y'all. We got a couple more clips I want you guys to see. I don't normally cover hip hop because I'm in it and everybody does it. I don't like to oversaturate and, just keep on. No, this is what we're going to do. I want to get into this liberal mayor. What do you guys think about the mayor of Boston? Mayor Wu. Not Wu-Tang. Mayor Wu. She actually says she's going to fight back against the administration, and she's going to do whatever they need to do in Boston to make sure that the citizens are protected. Just like Chicago, I think Mayor Wu is confused. The same way Mayor Johnson is confused. The people are saying one thing, and the mayor is saying something totally different. They keep on talking about protecting the citizens when they're talking about actually protecting illegal migrants. And they want to be so gung-ho about it. They have their meetings and their conversations about it. Honestly, I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I think a lot of these mayors and a lot of these people are about to lose office. There's about to be a lot of flipping when it comes down to states, especially when you get stupid, I gotta say it, stupid mayors like this saying nonsense like this. Check this out what Mayor Wu said about her city.
Boston Mayor Michelle Wu delivered her State of the City address last night, touting city safety and taking a shot at the White House over its illegal immigration crackdown.
This is our city. No one tells Boston how to take care of our own. Not kings and not presidents who think they are kings. Boston was born facing down bullies.
Jerry Goodwin is quartermaster for the Beachmont Veterans of Foreign Wars, 6712, and a retired Boston police officer. And Jerry joins me now. Jerry, good morning to you. So what'd you think of the speech?
Good morning, Carly. Thank you for having me. I watched it last night, and it feels that we're living in two different realities from what she sees and what I see. She touted the school systems. The schools are a complete disaster. She talked about crime being down, which crime is down, homicides are down, shootings are down, but that's due to the brave work from the men and women of the Boston Police Department. That had nothing to do with any of her policies. Her policies have made things worse. Like right now in my home district, there's an active gang war between MS-13 and 18th Street. Just the other day, a firearm was recovered off a 18th Street kid and two large knives right outside a high school in front of a state representative's house. So again, I think we're living in two different realities.
And again, migrant in Boston, yes, sanctuary city. So while she's touting about how great things are, he's telling the truth about what's going on. They literally got MS-13 gangs fighting and getting guns taken off of them right in front of the politicians' homes. So yeah, one story don't seem to correlate too much with the other, you guys. Don't seem to be sounding right. Great outside of school, grr, right, exactly. Mad Hatter, she had TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. She is focused on the city, but she isn't focused on the city, but Trump. Yep. Marielle, protecting the citizens from themselves and what they want. These tyrannical elitists have to go. Kendra Walker said, whoop, whoop, likes, thanks a bunch, you guys. Yeah, we got 100, y'all. Thanks so much. Andre Edwards, I definitely wouldn't be saying that about our president if I were in her position. Online Poker Rush, poor girl gonna lose her life playing around with the wild animals. Yeah, that's what they out there doing. They bugging. Maine Harbor's dying laughing. Jam World Law said Brian Pumper mixed with Dwight Howard. Come on, can you get better? Them Brian Pumper jumps are old, man. Y'all got to get better with your jokes. Come on.
Wow, so you say that in your hometown, in your community, there's an active gang war taking place right outside your streets. What has the mayor said about that?
Nothing. And again, it's MS-13. It comes right back to the sanctuary city policies that we have.
Yep.
MS-13. So now
if you only list
they literally fighting for gangland in her state, and she acting like everything is great. They won't be coming here because we're going to protect our citizens. Again, she must be talking about protecting them MS-13 guys, huh? Because that's the only person that's starting the drama out there. Those are the ones. Citizens ain't wilding. We not doing stupid stuff. We don't do that. They come over here and think it's a free-for-all because they don't understand freedom, and they start to go and do too much or try to enact that bullshit that they do back home. We need to start kicking their ass. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. We need to start kicking their ass straight up and down. Couple of gut punches, ribs. They need to be like, oh, I don't want to be in the United States no more. They sneaky. They do all types of crazy stuff. Yes, the same way that Trump just sent them all to Guatemala and Venezuela, they need to see a whole bunch more videos like that. Oh my God, look at what's happening. Look at them. Even he's going against the judges. They're flying them everywhere. Look at them getting their head shaved. They got to keep their head down. That needs to be the sentiment for all these people that think that they can do what they want. They need to be thinking like that. That's what needs to be in their mind. We need to make video clips of that. That should be a commercial. I'm gonna go a little further. I think that Tren de la Agua, when they was taking them off the planes and all of that, we need to make that a commercial for illegal immigrants and drug dealers. This is what's gonna happen to you if you come to the United States. Have them all doing this, getting their head shaved and everything, and promote that. Put the money behind that. Put the dough behind that. That's what they need to do. We're going to keep on moving right now because now we got to go to a couple of other stories that I don't normally cover, but they're making so much noise right now. We have no choice. There's federal situations going on. And then one thing I don't condone on any level, I do not condone murder and death. I don't condone people, Kill and people And I don't think it's like cool. Whereas a lot of people say, oh, you know, this is a gang person or this or whatever. They really glorify stuff. You know, a movie, Scarface, Goodfellas and stuff like that, of course. But I've never been the type of person, and I've been around people like this, but I never hung around them too long. I've always felt the sort of darkness about being next to that person. I always said to myself, even if I'm their friend, what if they get mad at me one day? Meaning a person that would do something like that. So I always stayed away from people that would hurt physically or murder somebody. Unless they like a family member or somebody I trust or whatever like that. Somebody that's got their brain together that would do that for defense and not just to be doing it. But there's a lot of people out here, they live off of that. Oh, I would just anybody, bomb, bomb, bomb. I don't get down like that. I don't like it. I don't condone it. And that's why I really strayed away from a lot of hip hop situations, because it's a lot of ignorance when there's free this person on a t-shirt. Meanwhile, that person done killed KILL 2 people or SA the child or something like that. It seems as if in the hip hop genre, sadly, ignorance is bliss and ignorance is this. I'm about to show y'all something. We got a new situation going on right now with Yella Beezy. Yella Beezy. He's from Dallas, Texas, one of my towns. That's where my record label is based out of. Yella Beezy is a famous rapper. His single is called On Me. He's been getting in a lot of different crime, a lot of arrests and a lot of trouble over the years. And now he's just got arrested yesterday for his role in allegedly paying a hitman to get rid of another rapper, to murder another rapper on the highway in the broad daylight in Texas. Check this out, y'all. This happened in 2020, 2021 or something like that. And now they finally getting information about the fact that they're saying that he paid someone to do this hit. Yella Beezy, let's go, y'all. We got Yella Beezy, where that's at? Right there, let's go.
And we have 2 breaking news stories tonight, starting with an update on a rapper gunned down on a highway 5 years ago. Dallas police now say Yella Beezy hired a hitman to kill his one-time friend turned rival, Mo 3. Cole Sullivan is live at the county jail. These are well-known rappers in the Dallas hip-hop scene.
Chris, Yella Beezy's top single, Put It On Me, it peaked at 56 on the Billboard Hot 100. Now, he's in the Dallas County Justice Complex behind me on a capital murder charge, accused of hiring a hitman to kill a fellow rapper. This all happened back in 2020. And just before noon, in the middle of Interstate 35, just south of the Dallas Zoo, Dallas police arrested a 22-year-old and charged him with murder. Initially, that 22-year-old's in federal prison, convicted of gun charges. But now, 5 years later, they say he was the trigger man. Police say Yella Beezy, whose top song That's On Me, hired that 22-year-old and promised him cash for killing Mo 3. A grand jury handed up an indictment this week and booked Marquise Conway tonight. The killing of Melvin Noble, known as Mo 3, led to an outpouring of grief from his fans. Dozens held a memorial out.
Nope, I can't just let it go like that, because I gotta be 100 in my story. This person right here is also known for murdering people. You know what they say? You live by the, you die by the. This person right here, Mo 3, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Look up the history. There's a lot of claims of things that he did in the past, and that was one of the reasons why Yella Beezy felt like he needed to take him out. This was not only rappers, these are gangsters posing as rappers and basically doing nonsense like this. The reason I bring up stories like this, and I'm an artist myself, is I don't believe in doing stuff like this to harm people. And I also know that when you do negative things, there's only a certain amount of time that you can wait to get paid back. That's why I don't believe in doing negative things to people, harming people or animals. This person right here, Mo 3, that they're saying got murdered, I do not want to sugarcoat this person's style, who he is and what he brought to the hip hop genre. Can't do that and say it wasn't appealing to a lot of people. Me particularly, I didn't really like his music. But I'm in the hip hop industry, and I know and I hear a lot, and people talk about stuff behind the scenes. If you guys know what I'm talking about, Mo3 was known for doing the same thing. So I'm sorry to say it, sometimes when you live by the, you die by the.
Outside Dallas City Hall that week, he once was friends with the man now accused of hiring someone to murder him. The killing has long been suspected to be the result of a rap feud. We reached out to Yella Beezy's legal team tonight and have not heard back. We're waiting to hear back on a bond amount for him as well. We'll bring you updates tomorrow on Daybreak.
Yella Beezy was also arrested about maybe like a year and a half ago for SA, and then like maybe 8 months before that for possessions of weapons inside of his car. He was arrested for that too. What y'all think about this if y'all know anything? Mad Hatter, Bukil and Kukon waiting for him. I don't know, waiting for him, new haircut and new number. Mr. Nice Guy, 7862. Bust Rhymes, Pimp Unk, DJ MOD. Y'all wanted real rap, now y'all got it. Name a rapper that doesn't have a body under his belt and he not gonna get airtime, period. That seems like the crazy thing right there. DJ, I don't know you, but you definitely made a point right there. DJ Mod. That's true. It seems like the way to get a name nowadays is to bang somebody. But what's stupid about that is once you get caught, you're going to jail. Unless, the trials and tribulations and hoping that you get out, maybe you get out and then you're famous for that. I just don't think it makes any sense, you guys. To me, it seems like a bunch of ignorance. And again, stay away from ignorance, especially if it breeds negativity. Keep on going in the hip hop genre. That's why I got this other clip up right now. Because another hip hop executive yesterday was arrested for RICO. Yes, the RICO charge. But they're saying that this person had to do with murders, drugs, dealing with the rolling 60s. He also was Nipsey Hussle's manager. And off record, the person that they're really trying to say was responsible for ordering the hit on Nipsey Hussle. We're going to say that allegedly, but I'm going to say it again. You guys probably never heard that before, but Big U was, they said that he had something to do with telling Eric Holder to actually do what he did to Nipsey Hussle, allegedly. But again, a lot of people know information, and it takes a long time for the cops to do something about it or for it to actually come out. Case in point, R. Kelly. This is a little tidbit I'll tell you. 15-year-old goddaughter, god sister, came over to me one time. I was young, maybe about 15, 18 years old myself. R. Kelly was inside of McDonald's. He's always messing around with the little girls. He's always hanging out there. I said, what? R. Kelly? Girl, get out of here. Yeah, she wasn't lying. Keep it going, y'all. Most of the time where there's smoke, there's fire. Let's go. We're going to talk about Big U right now, what he got going on.
A well-known hip-hop executive has turned himself into federal authorities overnight. He's accused of running a dangerous criminal enterprise. His name, Eugene Henley Jr., also known as Big U. He helped launch the career of Nipsey Hussle. Well, he's now been charged with extortion, human trafficking, fraud, and murder. National correspondent Jerika Duncan is here with the latest. Jerika, he seems to have a lot going on. Good morning.
Definitely a lot going on. Good morning to you, Gail. During this investigation, federal officials say they received or recovered 49 weapons, 5 pounds of methamphetamines, 10,000 fentanyl pills, and large amounts of cash. Prosecutors allege Henley ran an enterprise like a mob boss and defrauded companies, the government, and even celebrities in the process.
I'm going to go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive.
Music executive Eugene Henley, or Big U, taking to Instagram moments before turning himself in and just hours after federal authorities declared him a fugitive Wednesday.
They just raided all my houses.
Mr. Henley operated Big U Enterprises,
They just raided all my houses. You heard him, right? Sometimes when you go on the internet, you need to shut up because they might be able to use that against you. They just raided all my houses. So whatever's in there, that mean you claiming it? Shut your mouth.
Mafia-like organization.
Investigators claim Henley painted himself as a hip-hop legend and a Los Angeles community activist, but is actually, according to authorities, the leader of a South LA gang who ran an alleged criminal enterprise.
If I was to describe Big U's role in rap, he would definitely be the Godfather.
The facts alleged in the complaint is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheat, and the criminals that enabled him.
More than a dozen others that prosecutors say are
I don't know if anybody on here watches Adam 22 or a lot of these new podcasts that's out right now, but Brick Baby is a co-host of Adam 22's show. And as you can see up there, it says in custody. So all of this, they not like us. They not like us. Wanting to hop around, stupid ass gangbanging, dumb ass shit. Look where it wanted you being at. Look where it wanted you being at. All that dumb nonsense, that flipping and dancing and dumb shit. Look. All of them in jail. Well, I never was part of no nonsense like that. You know what my pops always told me and what my mother always told me? If you can't fight by yourself, you a punk. Straight up and down. And that's what gangs is all about to me. They're about one person that can't fight. Straight up and down. How about we do this one-on-one? Straight up and down. Come on, let's do this one-on-one. All your people can be there, but let's do this one-on-one. No ganging up. Let's do it one-on-one. I bet you 9 times out of 10, the majority of them are going to be like, man, hell with you. I'd rather get my... Yeah, because you can't fight. You ain't a man. Anybody can do this. But let me see you do this. Take some punches and be able to fight another day. That's what a man can do. I do not condone any of this nonsense. And if y'all don't like me, I don't care. People getting killed, people getting murdered, people being hurt. Bugatti don't condone that stuff. I'm not about that. It doesn't make me breathe good. I like dogs, animals, people being happy, a little bit of bud, maybe a drink. That's it. And females, and chilling with my friends. That's what I like to do. I like to see people happy and living harmonious lives. Call me what you want. I ain't with none of this crap.
Tied to the criminal case are also in custody. According to the affidavit, Henley is charged with violating the Racketeering, Influenced, and Corrupt Organizations Act. Prosecutors allege his organization, Big U Enterprises, was linked with the murder of an aspiring rapper working under Henley's label in 2021.
So if it happened to one rapper in 2021 and you got away with it, you're starting to get used to that, thinking that you're the man, couldn't it possibly be allegedly happening again to that other guy that he used to manage that said, you know what, I'm getting too big in my career right now. I'm starting to get all of these business deals and a lot of these corporate companies like me. I'm going to get a different manager. Somebody ain't like that. Somebody ain't like that. Also, allegedly, Eric Holder's a rolling 60. Y'all know what I'm talking about here? Yeah, I don't think that this is the only case that homie got to deal with. I do think that at some point, he's going to have to answer questions about Nipsey Hussle.
They claim Henley shot and killed the rapper in Las Vegas after the rapper recorded a diss track about Henley. Officials say Henley then dumped his body in a ditch. Officials also claim Henley used his nonprofit organization Developing Options, which purported to help at-risk youth, to dupe taxpayers, the County of Los Angeles, and NBA players. He allegedly embezzled hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of donations and grants by transferring money into his personal bank account.
They just raided all my houses. They just raided all my houses. They just...
Y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community.
Oh yeah, really?
Henley served 13.
Black men that try to help their community. Y'all already know what that is. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? We're playing the violin for you, Big U, right now. Matter of fact, let's hit him with the mini version, y'all. Because we don't care. How about that? Wasn't helping no black community. We're going to find out what he was actually doing. Allegedly, like I said, I don't know if these are real incidents. Don't know if he actually had something to do with the Nipsey Hussle. Sorry to say it, but I'm sure that that's going to come up. It's been said so many times. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go look up Adam 22. You will see a crazy person by the name of Whack 100. He's going to be talking about Big U Also going to go into direct detail about, yeah, Big U having something to do with the execution of Nipsey Hussle. And that's allegedly. I ain't standing on that. I'm telling y'all what I heard. So don't try to sue me. We're going to get the rest of this story and we out of here.
10 years in prison after trying to rob an undercover sheriff's deputy of cocaine.
Money into his personal bank account.
Y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community.
Henley served 13 years in prison after trying to rob an undercover sheriff's deputy of cocaine back in 1991. He has not yet entered a plea deal to the current charges, but could potentially face life in prison if convicted. We did reach out to his attorney and still are waiting for a response. Also in that video, though, guys, he said a lot of the stuff you hear is straight trash. So he will get a chance to defend what he is calling allegations that do not match him. A lot of people think that he did a lot of good in the community, but clearly there's a lot to uncover. And
Okay, let's go to that part. A lot of people say that he did good in the community. How many people under the sound of my voice ever saw a movie called New Jack City? If you ever saw a movie called New Jack City, or another movie with LL Cool J, I think it was like In Too Deep, where he played God. So if you saw New Jack City, you saw Nino Brown. If you saw that movie I said with LL Cool J, his name was God, and the name of that movie was In Too Deep. As you notice, what they would do at a certain point, they would come back to their neighborhood, they would buy turkeys and give it out to the people. They would give them stuff. You know, Nino Brown did the same thing. But just because you're giving somebody turkey don't mean that you're a good person. That could be a cover-up. How about you're just showing off the spoils of what you actually accomplished off of hurting their mothers and their grandfathers and all the other people? Don't try to Cheyenne us with the BS talking about he helped the community. Okay, so on this side, you're hurting a bunch of people, then you turn around and, hey, let's give 7 kids some things or a little bit of people something to try to make it look like I'm not doing what I'm actually doing out here. Sorry to blow up y'all game and to tell it what it is, but it is what it is. And you won't really getting over with nobody with that because nobody's stupid. How about that? When we saw Nino Brown, when Chris Rock came up and was like, yo, come on, Nino, you got to look out for me, man. Yo, come on, hook a brother up with a turkey or something. Come on, look out for the turkey or something. Oh, my God, here you go again. Yo, go ahead and hook this guy up with the turkey. Next thing you know, he took the turkey. Yo, got a turkey for sale. Got a turkey for sale. Come on, man. Don't try to give us the Nino Brown Sean Ye. We know what it is. Y'all know what is going on. What y'all got in these comments for me? Mars said, King of New York, Frank White, had no friends, just power. Online Poker Rush said they've been doing that since the 70s, right? Online Poker Rush said it was an American Gangster too. Bumpy. Yes, I love y'all. Yes. He had the big truck and he was giving stuff off the truck in the back. Natalie said, I volunteered and got a free ham turkey every year. And this is where we learned that at. What else you got? Online Poker Rush said, that's the oldest trick in the game. All drug dealers do that. Come on, man. There you go. HH said, you ain't no cop, Jay Reed. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. You ain't no cop, Jay Reed. You know what it is, Jay Reed. You ain't no cop. Yo, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's dope. Refrigerator William Perry said, Nino Brown. That's the real fridge over there? Stop playing with me. That ain't the fridge. Online Poker Rush said, and yes, I saw In Too Deep. A car care. A lot of them don't know about marked money. Busted. Yep. Andrea said, certainly has. Online Poker Rush. I've seen New Jack. All of us did. Y'all know what it is. Car care. Do you have any successful criminals? Never. Angels Among Us said, streets. Yep, that's money. Rockabye, baby. And it just came out the car and booyah. Just sent him the That's what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And that's why I come here every single day. Or why you be doing the bottom line all the time? Because I get a chance to talk to all of y'all, make my references, be having some comedy going on. And I really hope you guys appreciate the content. Because we really we kick butt up in here. We are the #1 show between the 6 and 7 o'clock hour. And I do appreciate you guys. Do me a favor. This is going to be your last chance. to hit those 3 dots over there and hit that like button if you do appreciate the content. Only if you appreciate the content though. Also, what I want you guys to do is, if you're going to do that, turn on the notifications so that when I come on, y'all can see me from the beginning. When we do the click, 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 and when we really get stuff started, turn on those notifications. We don't ask for no money over here. We got events coming up, and also we give back. You guys gave me those likes. Let me tell you what I did. We got about $1,000 worth of surveys inside of the description today. There's one in there for like 450, and then there's another one for like 500. So if you guys want to make some money, go into the description today. There's 2 surveys in there, and you'll be able to fill out those surveys and make some money, 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 money. Some people got to have it. Yeah, we need some bread. We broke. We ain't get that stimulus check yet. What's going on with that $5,000? Soon as I find out about it, I'm going to let y'all know. But until then, I'm going to step up and look out for y'all as much as I can. We're going to network and we're going to keep it 100. So like I said, go into the description and fill out those surveys. We already got 2 people that already made over $500 with my surveys. So I'm happy about that. So you can have a chance to make some money off some real vetted surveys. Click the description. You're going to see the survey. Fill it out. Why not? You got a chance to make some money. Also, don't forget, I'm going to keep on promoting this to everybody that's in the New York and tri-state area, because I need you to show me your talent. I want to know what your talent is. They saying that, oh, I don't sing, I don't dance. You know what I did with this talent show? I made sure that it was a talent show. So I'm not going to just have a bunch of rappers coming out having a rap battle. I'm not going to have a bunch of singers and dancers. No, this is talent. So whatever your talent is, if you can bring it and show us, I don't care if you're a sculptor, if you're a painter. Like I told you last week, somebody can get up there and be like, hi, 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 Pommier, hi, hi. And they can be nasty off the chain. But grandma coming there with that chicken, grandma won. It's not about the talent. It's about the best talent and the most original talent. So that's right. I'm going to have a couple of locations up next week where you'll be able to come out in the New York area in the Bronx, and you're going to make $250 if you're the best. If you finalize and wind up at the finale, you'll be able to make that $1,000. So it's not just $250 at the local. It's going to be $250 if you win in the borough, and then another $1,000 when you win in the grand finale. We like to give back. We like to make sure that everybody's there. We like to make sure that everybody's being a part of the promo. That's why I opened up the talent to not just be one genre or one little thing. And I like it. I like it the way that we did it. We made it so somebody can just step up and say, hey, I'm a jeweler. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Boom, you won. That's what I'm talking about. It's not about, oh, the best rapper, the best singer. It's about the overall best talent. And I love it. And I hope you guys are going to come out, because we're going to replicate it in Detroit, replicate it in Atlanta, replicate it in LA. We're going to replicate it in other states. So this is the beginning of Show Your Talent, the talent show that I will be hosting with a whole bunch of other celebrities. And I can't wait for you guys to come out and be a part of it. So until then, keep in the comments, keep up to date in what we got going on, because I want you guys to make some money. And I would love to see what you guys can do. I want to see your talent, your nephew's talent, your son's talent. Whoever is talented, bring them through. Try to make this money and get this promotion going. Also, you guys, y'all already know my email address is in the description. So that means if you got a car wash company, if you're a barber, or if you got something going on as far as business, send me your flyer. We're going to put it up in the post area so many thousands of people can see your business, and you may be able to make some more money. We network over here. I'm not just going to have an area to promote something and put all my stuff. I want you guys to win too. You got a baby shower coming up. You got a fish fry you're doing. You got a birthday party. You got a club you promoting. Send us the flyer. I'm going to put it up to promote for all of us to get our stuff out there. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. And like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, what time, y'all? What time we come on? 6 o'clock. every single day. I want you guys to have a happy, a blessed Saturday. Enjoy yourself. Whoever's going to work, whatever, bump work. I'm going to see y'all in the morning. Whoever's off for the weekend, y'all relax and take it light because y'all work hard and y'all deserve it. We come here to this platform so that we can have a common place to speak, say what we want. I'm so happy that there's so many people here. I love to see the comments going. That means that I'm working and it's working for us. So as long as that's happening, I'm happy. I want you guys to know I'm having a fantastic day. I hope you do too. Stay safe out there. It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC. And like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Get 'em! 1.